Okay, the next topic is transforming data, and we're going to look at how to create new columns of data based on the values of a column that already exists in the data frame. Okay. And then in that process, if we have to define a function that will take the values in one column and transform it into another column, and if there is a function, then we need to use a method called map. And the map will map the old values against the new values. Okay, but first, so here is a data frame that contains two columns. So here is a dictionary that gets converted into a data frame. So we have a column called food, and we have a bunch of stuff there. Okay, and then we have ounces. Again, same number of entries. So if you run that and then print df3, then here you have the data frame. Okay, so we have the default row index labels and then the column labels. Okay, so now the question here is that that we want to create a new column. Okay, so that will map meat to animal. So here is a dictionary where we have each unique value of the food and then which animal that comes from. Okay, so we have that here. Okay. Okay, so if we say okay, and here is the so we created a dictionary, all right, so that mapped each food item to a particular, the animal from which the food item meat comes from. Okay, and now we can create a new column. So here we have df3 that has these two columns. So we're going to create now a new column. All right, and we'll call that animal. So now we want to create this new column based on the values of the column labeled food. So df3 food. Okay, and then we do a map. And the mapping is going to come from the dictionary that we just created. So now this dictionary is going to be applied to food, okay, and the resulting value. So the food item is the key. So it's going to match the key and then get the value corresponding with that key and put that into animal. Okay, so now let's print that. Okay, so now it's matching each food item. Okay, so the first row is bacon, so it goes through this dictionary. So here is bacon is the key, and then the value is pig, so that's put as the value of the animal. Okay, now there is a problem here for these two because of the typo in the original data. Okay, the original data has two items where the meat is capitalized whereas everything else was not capitalized. So these kinds of things happen all the time. So now there are a couple of ways of doing this. You can go ahead and have more entries into your dictionary where you can have the capitalized version and the non-capitalized version. But that could be really problematic because your dictionary gets bigger and then you're not even looking for all the other ways in which there could be typos. So the best way is, okay, since the dictionary has all the keys in lowercase, which we created, so we created them all as lowercase. So before we map, what we can do is we can take the food, okay, this column, which is where the typos are, right? And then we can apply the string lower function. So that's going to take the value and then make it all lowercase. Okay, without really, it's not going to change the original data. It's just going to, before making the mapping, it's going to change it to lowercase and then do the mapping. Okay. So now you get the new column correctly set up without the NaN. Okay. Replacing values. So now we are looking at, okay, the previous example was you have a column and based on the values of that column you wanted to create a new column, right? So now there may be some typos or errors in a given column. How do you fix those errors? Okay. So that's replacing a particular value, and then we're going to use the replace method. Okay. Replace is simpler. You can use map, but replace is simpler and more flexible. And then you can also use fill NA in a special case of fill NA is a special case of replace. Okay, now let's look at an example. So we'll look at a series, right? Okay. Suppose the series has 1 minus 999 and then 2 minus 999 then minus 1000 and 3. Okay. So there it is. Okay. Now we can use the replace method. Yeah. So now you give the value, okay, the old value, comma the new value. So you want old value, okay, and you want that converted to say a missing value or not a number, which is NP. So that comes from NP. That's a NP NumPy method. So you have to use NP and then the NaN. Okay. So now you see the minus 999 have been replaced by the missing value sentinel of NumPy. That is the value that indicates that it is a missing value. Now if you want more than one value to be changed, so we can replace multiple values, then you need to give the values that needs to be replaced should be given as a list. So you say minus 999 comma 1000. So these two values must be changed to missing values. Okay. Should be minus 1000, so that's the reason it didn't work. Okay, so now both minus 999 and minus 1000 have been changed to missing values. All right, so now we have a list of values and all of them were changed to a single value, which is the NP-NaN. What if you want to replace one value with a given replacement and another value with a different replacement, right? You want multiple replacement values. Then you need to specify that as a dictionary. So we have replace, all right. Now you specify the value, the old value and the new value, as key value pairs. So we can say minus 999 should be changed as NP-NaN. Then minus 1000 should be changed to a 0, right? So we had here one value changed to another value. You have a list of values all changed to the one single replacement value, and here you're giving different replacement values for different old values. Okay, so minus 999 got replaced as NaN, and the minus 1000 is replaced as a 0.